Hello guys, how are you? I hope everything goes well. For today's session, we're going to finish our third module. This one is our last session, our last video class. I hope that you really enjoy and that you understand all the things that I'm going to explain. So just be careful with the deadline according to the different activities because there are only two of them that you're going to just submit. Well, the first one and the second one, there is the final task, which is a little bit different, okay? So here we're going to start right now. Don't forget my name because some of you have written another name, so look at it, please. All right, here is the schedule according to our third model, which is about ICT in the company, okay? So the forum is the instructions manual. What is going to be the idea according to it? I'm going to explain you a little bit later. Remember the deadline is the 25th of April. Don't forget it. Just be focused on this one. And the final test is going to be from 23rd of April and the 29th of April. Don't forget it. So here, we're going to start talking about modal verbs. This is our last topic, which is the definition about modal verbs. As you can see, modal verbs are auxiliary verbs to modify the intention the speaker wants to express. However, we cannot use them as the main verb of a phrase. They only exist in their dependent form. So, los verbos modales tienen como tal, como objetivo, que el hablante exprese lo que vaya a decir con una intención específica, es decir, tenemos verbos modales en referencia como el can o can't, habilidades, we have like should and shouldn't para expresar consejos, el could and couldn't para expresar también habilidades, pero hace referencia al pasado, we have must, like to express obligation, and so on. There are different kind of modal verbs, but for this term, we are going just to focus on can, can't, and could, and couldn't. Okay? Perfect. Modal verb structure. It's very important to take into account what is the structure according to the grammar part. So for you, it's going to be easier to start creating sentences or positive, negative statements, as well as questions. Look at this chart and look at the first question. How do we use modal verbs? We have the three ways, yeah, that are the pretty common one and there are the most common to use while writing and speaking. For the affirmative modal verbs, we have to use the subject, then the modal verb, and then the main verb in the infinitive way. Recordemos que los verbos en infinitivo son aquellos verbos que permanecen en la forma base, que están dentro de las listas que nosotros encontramos en un libro o en una página web, en presente simple, okay? So that's why we say, the example is, she should stay, right? When you say that, this should is referring to a modal verb who is just focusing on a piece of advice. Cuando nosotros queremos dar un consejo, vamos a utilizar el should, que hace referencia a decir ella debería permanecer en casa. En este caso, ese should is just like a your opinion about something, but the intention of it is to try to help someone and to give one a piece of an advice. The negative way to use the modal verbs is the following. We have the subject plus the modal verb plus the infinitive. She shouldn't stay, right? Ella no debería permanecer en casa. It's another opinion, it's a different one. Recordemos que la forma negativa de los verbos modales va dentro de cada uno de ellos, seguido del should, del must, we have the have. All of them, the negative way, it is about the next part of the modal verb. Okay, in the interrogative way, la manera correcta de colocar estos verbos modales es la siguiente. Tenemos primero el double question, if needed, si es necesario, like why, what, where, when, so on. Then we have the modal verb. In this case, is should. We could put could, can, so on. The subject and the verb in infinitive. El sujeto, she, he, we, they, so on. And stay, or we can put go, listen, teach, among other verbs. Okay. Later on, we're going just to focus on those two modal verbs, which are the most necessary ones to study for this third module. Can and can't. Remember the pronunciation. In American or in British, we can say can, can't, right? We use can and can't to talk about ability. When you have an ability or a skill to do something, you can use this modal verb. If you say, for example, that Maria can speak 4 languages, is because you are referring that she is able to speak other languages. Yes, maybe another person is not able to do it or can't do it, right? But she has the ability to do it, she has the skill. I can swim, but my sister can, right? In this part, so you are referring that you are not able to swim because maybe you are scared of doing it, maybe because you don't like this sport and you didn't learn before, but my sister can, right? You are comparing the same activity, but you are talking about referring to two people. The next example and the next use is when you talk about or say that something is possible or is impossible to do. For example, learning English, it can be difficult, right? Okay, it is a possibility, es una posibilidad. Maybe for not for everybody, it's the same way, it isn't the same way, it is not the same thought, but some people think so. Children can be very naughty, is what some people think, but it doesn't mean that it's true or it's false. It's just a perception. It's something possible according to the context, according to the situation you are facing to. And finally, we have is still light. It can't be bedtime, right? The same, according to the context, according to the place you live in, you have to pour this sentence into this kind of real situation, and then you can just give a meaning to it. This one is our second use. Later we have our third use of modal verbs, which is according to for requests and refusals. Can I go home now is our first question. You can go whenever you like. You can borrow the car today, but you can't have it tomorrow. When you mention those three sentences, the first one, there is a question, you have to take into account something. For the question, as I said before, we have the modal verb first of all, and later we have the subject, the main verb, and the complement, right? So if you are requesting this kind of thing or situation, maybe the speaker or the person who is going to answer is going to say, yes, you can, or no, you can't. It depends about his or her intention. In the example two, you can go whenever you like, is that you are just giving the permission to the person to go whenever, a cualquier lugar, yes? You can borrow the car today. Okay, you are giving the permission to one person de prestar el carro hoy, but you can't have it tomorrow, right? Where there is a contraction. And finally, to offer to help someone. When you really want to use this modal verb to try to do something for one person or something like that, you are going to use can. Can I help you? Can I carry that bag for you? Recordemos que este can, en este contexto, hace referencia cuando queremos ayudar a alguien. Lo único de diferente que tiene con el could es que este es un poco más informal. So, depends of the context you are in, you are going to use can if you are referring to an informal situation. Or if the person you are talking to is a relative, if is a friend, Maybe it's a close person that not. Okay? Yeah. So now look at this beautiful cat. What are his abilities or its abilities? The cat can jump, can walk, can listen to people, can eat, yes, can swim. What do you think about it? Maybe no, can swim. The cat can't talk because it is not possible to do it. What, what about the eagle? The eagle can fly, the eagle can eat, or the eagle can talk. Yes, but it doesn't have this ability. So could and couldn't. As I explained before, so we were talking about can and can, like those, like this modal verb is very important to talk about abilities, to talk about something which is considered possible or impossible, refusals or requests, and to offer to help someone if needed. This could or couldn't, right, as the past tense of can or can't, es el tiempo pasado del can o del can. También los utilizamos para los mismos usos que mencionamos anteriormente. So, for example, to talk about ability, I could run very fast when I was younger, and she couldn't get a job anywhere. As you can see right there, this verb is the use with could, this verb is in present, of course. Aún esta parte se refiere al pasado, ese lo vamos a mantener de la misma manera, en la forma past infinitiva del verbo. I could run very fast when I was younger. Yes. Y esta parte sí va en pasado simple porque no estamos utilizando el verbo modal, sino que tenemos allí el verbo to be. Later we have, she couldn't get a job anywhere. For her, it wasn't possible to find a job, maybe because she was younger, maybe because she doesn't have any job experience, and so on. Thinking about yourself, what things could you tell me about this part? Okay, so in this part, as you can see, right, we were just making some examples, but thinking about yourself, yeah? Maybe you were able to do some things that you right now you can't do anymore, yeah? Right. Let's continue. Number two, to say that something was possible or impossible, our teacher could be very strict when we were at school because what this kind of possibility is just about the connotation that we heard about our experiences. Due to some teachers were very strict, people who could serve in those days. Maybe it's because it's a reality. Some people they don't have a lot of food to eat, yes, or just is because we left home very early and right now say, no, I really want to eat something. It depends of the situation. That's why that is very important to put all the sentences in context to know and to get where we can say what connotation is referring to. The third one is you couldn't use computers in the 19th century, right? So why? Because at that period of time, computers were not able to use, right? Um, in some countries, maybe they were created, but in other ones, they didn't grow. That is one of the causes that we can say that sentence. To make a polite request, could I go now, please? Could you lend me a dictionary, please? Okay, so you are saying something polite. Recordemos que es cortés, es una petición cortés que hacemos dentro de un contexto formal. ¿Podría irme ahora? Could I go now, please? Could I eat now, please? Could you lend me a dictionary, please? Y también hace referencia a un tipo de relación que no tenemos tan cercano con alguien, a diferencia del can y el can't, que lo utilizamos más en contextos informales. And finally, we have to make a polite offer. Could I give you a lift? And I could carry that for you. You are just making an offer, yes, according to it. Yo podría llevarte eso. Es un ofrecimiento de manera cortés. So, this for is referring to the explanation according to those topics. Let's continue. We're going to see other examples that you can have in mind, that you can take into account, just to make sure you understand it. Okay, can, could, and would like. We can implement GPS in our fleet. Okay, there is something which is possible that we can do, and it is going to be an excellent idea, right? I cannot assign resources for new ICT in the company. Recordemos que, como ustedes ven aquí en el can y el can't, el primero es positivo, el segundo es negativo. Hay dos maneras de colocar la forma negativa del can, que es esta. Generalmente la utilizamos cuando escribimos, a diferencia del can't, el que vimos anteriormente, que lo utilizamos más cuando hablamos, porque es la abreviación de dicha palabra. ¿Ok? Good. I could use a handheld scanner to register inventory, and drivers couldn't change the routes to do the GPS monitoring. En esta parte, para hacer la forma negativa, esta es la contracción, la abreviación, the shorter way to say that, but also you can say could, space, not. There are two possibilities, all right. And would like. I would like to implement a warehouse management system to have a better control of the merchandise. Remember that would like to is referring to something that you wish. Algo con lo que ustedes desean hacer o desean tener, vamos a utilizar el would like. Me gustaría implementar en este caso. Okay? I would like to do, I would like to create, to build. There are different kind of examples and verbs you can use in this part, in this sentence. And finally, this one is our activity for this module 3. So I'm going to read the information we have right here. I hope this kind of explanation is clear for you. But if you have any question, don't forget to send an email to me, and I'm going to try to answer as soon as possible. The competencies to be developed in this activity are the following. To use affirmative and negative modal verb sentences in an effective way to indicate what to do and not to do in case a work accident happens. This one, it's the activity you're going to be focused on, okay? Later, steps to follow in the development of the activity. Before participating, you must study Module 3 contents from the PDF and learning material. Recordemos que ustedes van a encontrar el material de estudio dentro del módulo 3, que se encuentra allí en el material de aprendizaje, learning material, that is called, en formato PDF. Ustedes pueden descargarlo, you can read the material, the examples, and all the things, just to start reviewing this topic. Later, we have to create an instruction manual that says what can and can't and could you do if an occupational accident happens in your company. You should include at least 10 sentences using modal verbs. Please check out the learning material folder to this module. You should present instructions manual in a poster created in a blog. Example, check can versus can't instructions manual and complementary material, and the evidence to be submitted, the information related to the instruction manual. Ok. En este caso, entonces debemos tener en cuenta que una vez ustedes ya hayan leído los contenidos del módulo 3, para obtener más ejemplos y hacer la práctica de estos temas, van a crear un manual de instrucciones que tenga oraciones, 10 por lo menos, utilizando el can, el can't, y el could, ¿ok? Or couldn't. Sobre la siguiente situación, van a pensar si un accidente ocupacional ocurre en sus compañías, ¿qué deberían hacer ustedes? ¿Qué podrían hacer? ¿Ok? So you're going to use those modal verbs to do this activity. So that is all for today. Thank you so much for your attention. I hope that this video class is helpful for you and have a great day.